What's happening, everybody? Well, the results are in. Finally got a chance to take the car to the track with the tune and the drag radials. And I gotta say, I'm not too disappointed with how the car ran. The conditions for the night, looking at an ambient around 75, 76 degrees for most of the night. Density altitude, right around 500 to 700 for most of the night as well, which is a nice departure from the 23 to 2500 DAs that I've been reporting on here lately. Now, I'm going to get directly into the numbers, and I also want to talk about some of the data that I was actually able to collect along the way. First of all, the car weight was 4,495 pounds. So, as always, car checks in right at 4,500 pounds. Thing's a tank. Now, as far as best ET of the night, so close yet so far away. You know, I was itching for that 11-second pass. Didn't quite get there, but it did go 12.015 at 114.25 miles per hour. The cool part about the whole night, though, is that the car was wanting to average 12.0s the entire night that I drove it. The settings with the drag radials, tire pressures, is kind of an interesting story in and of itself. I started the night off running them right at about 24, 25 PSI, and it liked it. I mean, the car would dead hook. Best 0 to 60 was 3.8 seconds at those pressures, and right out of the hole, 12.0, and I was excited about that. I did try to run the car in track mode. Same thing on the track that happened on the street. It would try to spin in second gear. So went back into sport mode for the transmission settings. But getting back to the tires did not like lower pressures. The more I tried to play with tire pressure, the less of a result that I got. In fact, at the end of the night, I actually tried them as low as 20 PSI. I didn't like that too much. Also, with those tires, it does not make the car a stage and matte situation. There is still a bit of technique, but that technique is not as time consuming, so to speak, and that's where that 0 to 60 time really got chipped down. As opposed to about a full second roll on, it's really more like a half second roll on. Like if you're to do a full count of 1001, now it's more like 1000 and you're floored. Any quicker than that just results in a bunch of wheel spin. I actually tried it, and although it was a riot getting this thing out of the hole, it ran like a 1240 when I did that at like 114 and some change. It didn't like that too much, but it was worth a shot. I mean, I'm at the track. It's test and tune. It's a test, right? So Mickey Thompson's did great. They preferred 24 PSI with this combination. Again, it's a 275/40 on a stock 9.5 inch, 20 inch wheel. That's what they seem to like for this car. Overall, the night went extremely well. The car is dead on consistent. I did not try the launch control. I just haven't had a whole lot of success with that. So I'm just coming right off of idle and floor it in automatic mode. I'm not manually shifting. I'm not using the paddles or the floor shifter in this automatic. But again, nice result. 12.0s like clockwork, and it was predictable enough to where when I tried like say a little bit more of an aggressive launch, it was apparent that it was not going to cut the same number. With a bit more of an aggressive launch in the car, or if I hot lap the car, it was incredibly consistent in the low 12, like low 12 teens, like a 12-13. So basically, if I went back to the previous technique of that 1/2 second roll on, car would dead hook, come out of the hole, go through the gears, and run a 12.0. And I want to make sure that I make it perfectly clear. I'm running with the same weight that I was running before. Same amount of fuel. I started out the night with a full tank of gas. Getting as real world of a condition as I can with the car, real world weight. I didn't try to cheat anything on the car. This is just as it came from the factory, except for the mods that are on the car, which are Hellcat airbox, Hellcat filter, brake duct mud, Peitz Performancetune, and now the drag radials, as well as me hand blending that the intake runners on that intake manifold. So those are basically the results as a whole. The car went from averaging 12.6s in kind of a poor DA to averaging 12.0s in a pretty decent DA. So not too shabby. What I do want to get into though a little bit, and I may have to do this in a separate video, but it's going to be basically Siamese back to back with this video, is going to be the actual breakdown. What I did for you guys is I actually broke everything down, and that's another reason why I want to do this in a separate video, because if I start talking about all the math that came along with this, I know a lot of you guys are going to be like, done. So these are the results as a whole, 12 those. I'm going to try to get one of the videos to link in the description below on that 12.015 pass. That was filmed by my brother-in-law. He was up in the stands checking it out. The truck that I was running against in that pass, by the way, it's a turbo Chevy truck, had the exhaust sticking out of the passenger side fender well, and that was pretty hysterical. Anyway, you'll see in the video, hopefully it posts up. But again, nice result, real happy with how the car ran. I'm looking to best that 12.0 though, and just so you guys know, Mopar Fest is coming up, so I will be attending that this year. If you guys are going, I hope to see you there. And for this video, that's a wrap. The next video that I'll be posting is going to get more into the math on how the car's performance with a little bit better DA, but with the tune and a tire, compares with the stock tune and the stock tire at the track. That's a wrap, guys. Adios.